me. I would like, before starting my session, I would like to thank Shri Mahavidyalaya Asha for giving me this opportunity to share the knowledge about biomedical image processing, and Dr. Bedkar sir for giving this opportunity to share this knowledge, and the organizing committee and the participants. Here I am going to start my presentation. Let me share the screen. Kindly wait. Sorry. Is my screen visible? Is my screen is visible to you all?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So let me today I am here to share you the knowledge about biomedical image processing in healthcare. So before starting with the biomedical image processing, let me start about a few ancient medical treatment which I felt very weird when I explored the knowledge about this treatment, which made the people to move for the biomedical image processing system. With that help to treat the patients. Yeah, here in this very weird one, I felt it is the trepanation. It is a process of making a hole through the skull to the surface of the brain. So, which was very painful and weird one. And one more thing I felt very weird one, it was the cataract surgery in 80s. Our own India, ancient India was treating the people by for treating the cataract. It's a very dangerous process where dislodging the cloud and lens with a sharp object. Here 70% of the people were led to the blindness. Here are the things which led to the next era of the medical treatment. So let me start the biomedical image processing in the healthcare with the Bill Gates quote. The two areas that are changing are information technology and medical technology. Those are the things that the world will be every different 20 years from now than it is today. It's a quote by the Bill Gates. So here, this is a thing with the quote. Let me start with the biomedical image processing. Before that, I wanted to give the introduction about what is an image. Every one of us, every day, at least one pic of our selfie we will be taking and we will be storing into the mobile. Mobile is the processing system which will take our image, photo as a picture and store it into your mobile system. So same like that, which been taken by the biomedical imaging modalities. Yeah. So according to the US medical image analysis software market, this is a thing. This is nothing but biomedical image analysis software is getting 6.5% CAGR. CAGR means compounded annual growth rate. From 2020 to 2030, they are expecting like 6.5% CAGR will be reached. And in 2020, it was earning the annual growth rate of 829.8 million. And 2020, in the last year, $906.4 million. It has been given by tomography, ultrasound imaging, radiographic imaging, and combined modalities. So, let me start with the need. Why do we need biomedical image processing? So, hospitals and radiology centers generate hundreds medical imaging per day, which would diagnose and disease in a better way. And also, it is very complex to handle huge amount of medical images, which can be easily detected using medical image processing. processing system, and the nature of the disease can be diagnosed by the doctors with the intelligence, with their intelligence very easily, and also after detecting, the further treatment can be done with the aid of the doctor knowledge in supervised model. Yeah. So before going to this, whatever the reason we are going to the hospitals, all the doctors, whenever we visit, they'll be suggesting for one or the other reasons to go for this medical imaging. And we are running to find the places for it, and we don't know how this particular medical imaging systems are working. Here I'm going to give the knowledge about the medical imaging modalities, which helps the doctor to diagnose your diseases very easily and going for the further treatment. Yeah. So these are the things of the medical imaging modalities: X-ray imaging systems, computer tomography, nuclear medicine imaging, ultrasound, magnetic resonance imaging, magnetic resonance, angiography, fundus imaging, ECG. So let me start with the X-ray imaging. I hope at least in your lifespan, any one of this you would have come across. So let me give the knowledge about these things and how it is going to be used in the medical image processing to diagnose the diseases in a better way and give the better treatment. Yeah, so here it is. First one, it is the X-ray imaging. It is used for diagnostic purpose in the medical field. It gives the result in the 2D image, and which gives the inner body of the patient and gives the results in black and white sheets. So here it is the results of the X-ray images. Let me move to the next part, and which is like most of the female processing play an important role to diagnose and give the treatment to the female. It is the X-ray image of the breast. It is called as the mammogram. You would have heard this term. If any woman is there, you would have heard from any of your friends this term. It is a mammogram. It is nothing but it is used by the doctors to early diagnosis of the breast cancer. So you could see here, first this is a test image which is being captured by the X-ray machine, and that's it. Now the image processing system is going to start. Like the next step is ROI. ROI means it's nothing but region of interest, where the affected breast affected cells will be getting detected by some algorithms of image processing, medical image processing system, and then they finalized with the region of interest image, and then filtered. Filtered means nothing but in Beauty Plus and all, you'll be applying the beautifying your images and removing the noise, the blurriness, everything. That is called as the filtered image. So removing the noise in the image which is being got by the X-ray machine, that is called as the filtered image. Then followed by enhanced image. This here the Beauty Plus comes. What it is? Enhancing the features, quality of the images. Then threshold image. Keeping the threshold value, they could easily segmented the cells, place like otherwise tumor kind from the breast images. So this is what one example for the X-ray images. And the next one, it is the CT scan. Now I think so after this pandemic, we all are familiar with this term CT scan. So CT scan, it's nothing but it is an imaging, medical imaging procedure in which a narrow beam of X-ray is targeted to the whole body. Compared to X-ray, it is like it is going to focus with only one organ. But when we come to the CT scan, it is going to focus on rotate. The X-ray beam is going to be rotated to the whole body of the patient and give the cross-sectional images that is going to be called as the tomographic images, which is going to be in the 3D images. X-ray gives the 2D images, but computer tomography, CT scan gives the 3D images, which will be further used by the physicians to diagnose the diseases and for the further treatment. And the best example you would have heard in the second wave of our pandemic. Now we are going to step out of the pandemic. In the pandemic, everyone, the doctors, when the patients, COVID-19 patients were being asked to gone to the doctors, they have been suggested to go for the first test was the CT scan test, because compared to RT-PCR test, the accuracy given by the CT scan was better. That's the reason it was given. But due to the radiologist radio waves, it been suggested by the healthcare, like let's stop for this. But anyway, how it is going to be proceed, how they are going to find it out, it's nothing but CT scan will give the core rad as the result, where it will be giving the values from 1 to 6, which led the doctors to diagnose and the severity of the COVID-19 in an easier way. That's the reason it was asked the patient, COVID-19 patients, to go for the CT scan test. Yeah. The next one, it is ultrasound scan. Even this also, every one of us as a female, or the people also, you would have heard or you would have faced this ultrasound scan in your lifespan. So what is that? It is a technique for viewing the inside of the body using high frequency sound, and the fetal hearts will be taken, heart rate can be measured, fetal growth can be measured, and the organ, whether the organs of the fetal are properly growing or not, everything can be measured by the ultrasound scan. Especially it is helpful for the labor time of the female. And ultrasound image is created by the waves reflecting off of the body structures. So this is how the ultrasound imaging is helping in the medical field. Yeah. Next one, it is the MRI imaging. MRI means medical resonance imaging. It's nothing but it's a medical imaging technology that scans the body. It is also going to scan the whole body using the radio waves, and this is also going to produce the tomographic imaging only. But we can use MRI to create the clear images of the anatomy and psychological process occurring in the body. But there are some restrictions to use the MRI imaging. Doctors will not suggest to go for the MRI imaging when the people being when the patients are using any metallic devices in their body, like pacemaker or any bullets, like army people and all will be living with the bullets in their body. So that people and all will not be suggested to go for the MRI imaging. Instead of that, those people, they wanted to be getting diagnosed with any diseases, they will be asked to go for the CT scan. So as usual, MRI and CT scan is going to give you the cross-sectional images called tomographic images, but compared to CT scan, MRI imaging is going to give the better accuracy, better result. Yeah. The next one, it is the magnetic resonance angiography. It's a useful, powerful magnetic field. Here also the radio waves will be used, but the specialty is here to evaluate blood vessels and help identify the abnormalities. That's next. These all the techniques, whatever I discussed here, it is using the radio waves to scan the patients. Now, what is the next term? It is nothing but nuclear medical imaging. It's nothing but PET. It's a technique for generating images by detecting radiation from various places of the body after the patient has been given the radioactive tracer. It's nothing but radio tracer will be given to the patient, will be injected to the patient, and they will be asked to wait for the 24 hours, will be in the observation. Then they will be given into the camera of PET camera. They will be given. Then they will be recognized. They will be watching. We can able to watch the working methodology of the organs. So what is the difference between this MRI and nuclear medical image processing? If you see here, that radiology images, it will radiology imaging. It will give the how the organs are working, how the organs are going to be looking. Only that will be given by this. But when you come to this nuclear medical imaging, it gives the how the organs are working. So actually, when the people are in the cancer treatment, under cancer treatment, these people will be asked to go for the PET. Why? When they will be injected with the medicines and they are in the medications. So how the organs are responding to the medications will be identified in a better way compared to CT scan and MRI scan in this PET. Yeah. So when this nuclear medicine imaging will be used, blood disorders to identify thyroid disease, heart disease, gallbladder disease, lung problems, bone problems, kidney disease, and cancer. Especially in the cancer, it is very
X-ray. It just gives how the organ looks. In more than that, in a detailed manner, MRI gives and CT scans gives. And MRA is going to give how the blood vessels of that organ is working compared to that. But you can see that the last one, this is the PET scan. You can see it is giving the better result compared to all the other imaging. Yeah. So the thing is, next one it is the fundus imaging. It's a fundus imaging. It's nothing but from the figure you can conclude that it is something related to the eye. Yeah, it is related to the eye, which involves the photographing the rear of an eye. It is called as fundus to detect whether the patient is affected by retinopathy, diabetics or not. So it, and also for age-related macular degeneration, macular edema, all the medical terms, medical things. Especially this fundus imaging is helpful for fundus imaging is helpful for identifying the retinopathy diabetics, diagnosing by the doctors. Yeah, and this also some of us would have heard or would have come across this situation. It's nothing but ECG, electrocardiogram. It records electrical signals in the heart. It is a common and painless test compared to all the other tests, whatever we have seen, imaging, medical imaging techniques, modalities. This is a very painless and very quick to detect any heart problems and monitor the heart's health. And nowadays we have even the smartwatches to measure our ECG monitoring. Please excuse me. So I'm going to stop my presentation to share one video to you people. So excuse me for this. So I wanted to share one video here, which will give you a clear knowledge about. Is the video screen is visible to you people? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I'll play here. Is the audio visible? Audible? Is it audible to you all?
Audible, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you. So let me continue my presentation. So here what you have seen, it is nothing but it's a PET, nuclear medical imaging system, how it has been diagnosed using PET camera, and that's it. Actually we have seen the video for that, so I'll share the screen. I'll continue with my presentation. So here just now we have discussed all about the medical imaging modalities. So you might be thinking like I was starting with the biomedical image processing, but just I'm giving the introduction about medical imaging system, only the medical imaging. So here I'm going to move with the next thing, how the medical imaging, what is being occurred, what is being captured by these devices, going to be processed by biomedical image processing system. So these are the steps. The first step is the image acquisition. Here, whatever we discuss, whatever the images, 2D images, and tomography images, whatever being captured by this, all the medical image nothing but from CT scan or from X-ray or from fundus imaging or from nuclear imaging PET scan. That results are going to be processed by the biomedical image processing system. That is what the first step. For that reason only, I was giving the basic knowledge about what is the medical imaging modalities, how it is going to be processed. We are going to see. Yeah. So this is the thing. The first thing, once we got the images by as a result of image acquisition, it will be going for the digitization. As we all know that computer will process all the things in the digits format, zeros and ones. So the images what is being captured by the previous steps, it should be converted into the digits. That is what the next step, digitization. There are two steps in this. It is done with sampling and quantization. Sampling means nothing but whatever we have gained, everything, it's that data set, large data set, is going to become the sample for the next step. Quantization means you are going to give it with the bit format for the next process. Yeah. So the next step, very important step, it's nothing but like our beautify. That's it. Beauty plus how we are keeping our DP before. I'm not saying that every one of us doing, but some of us are doing that, adding some extra features, enhancing the quality, and keeping the DP, how we will look better in our DP. The same way it is here. It's nothing but removing the blurriness in your original images and enhancing the quality of the image and giving for the next step. What is the next step? Let's see. So what are the techniques here? It is nothing but noise suppression. Here you can see this is the original image which would have been got by X-ray or CT scan or something, and going to be enhanced. After enhancing, you can see the blurriness behind the image, everything being removed means filtered, and then we could able to get the quality, improved quality images as a result of pre-processing. That is what the step. So noise suppression, contrast enhancement, intensity equalization, outlier elimination, bias compensation, time filtering or space filtering. These are all the techniques being used for the pre-processing. Yeah. So the next step, any guess? Yeah. The next step, it is the image segmentation. Here we have got a clear image as a result of pre-processing. Now what is the thing? So the next thing, if the person is being identified as brain tumor, patient is being identified as the brain tumor, so that particular part should be segmented from the X-ray images what is being captured by the X-ray imaging. That is the thing. So that is called as the ROI, region of interest. What is the region of interest here? If you could see here, that person has the tumor. It should be segmented for the further process. That is called as this. So there is nothing but it's a process of extracting the desired object from a medical image. It can be 2D image or 3D image. 2D image means it would have been got by X-ray imaging or something. 3D images means CT scan or MRI scan, or that are going to give the 3D images. So this is for the brain tumor segmentation. One example for the brain tumor segmentation. This part is called as the region of interest. Yeah. Let's go to the next one. Feature extraction. So we can't say only by detecting it that a person has the tumor, we can't conclude it. Depending on the features which will be very well known by the doctors, some features can be taken. See, for example, when we are taking the Alzheimer disease, by seeing the skull's size or the volume or the color, we can identify that that person has the Alzheimer disease, like that kind of information. So extracting the features what do we need for the further classification from the region of interest, that is called as the feature extraction. So this here the example from the figure AB, this feature is being extracted. From this we will be extracting the feature, the size of the image, size of that particular tumor, and size of color and volume of that will be taken, and which is going to be given as the input to the next technique called as the classification technique. And here it is. Yeah. Now the next one, it is the classification. Classification, it is like we can't conclude, like classification, it is like a vast technique, and it is like an ocean. There are plenty of algorithms which is going to give the proper identification of Alzheimer's disease or not, even if you see in the Alzheimer's disease itself, there are 3 stages: mild, moderate, and severe. That kind of classification also can be given, which helps the doctor to proceed for the further treatment or surgery. That is the final steps of the classification. There are 4 here. So many algorithms. Let me give some algorithm for image segmentation. It's nothing but ROI detection, region-based detection, edge detection, all these things. And region-based segmentation, edge detection. And when we come to the feature extraction, GLCM, PCA are the algorithms which can be used for the feature extraction. And classification, there are plenty of algorithms available in the computer field. I'll just list out the few: the SPM classifier, random forest, and naive-based classification, and etc. You can go with any algorithms and can be used to identify whether or diagnose whether the patient has the cancer or not, or diagnosed with the disease or not. Everything can be done. So this is how the medical image processing system is helping the doctor to conclude and further proceed with his intelligence for the further treatment. This is how the medical image processing helping the doctor. Yeah, whatever it is, wherever there is a there will be some challenges also. There are few challenges in the medical image processing. It's nothing but the radiation used in CT scans and X-rays has the potential to cause some negative effects to the, already they are the patients, will give the some negative effects to the patients. And also medical image processing technologies are very costly, and it is completely reliant on the operator. Possibility of complications, there is a chances to get the risk, and limited diagnostic uses. There is a limited in the diagnostic, and there is a chances you will come across some discrepancies when diagnosing a patient's illness. It is not like it is giving the 100% accuracy in all your classification, in all the classification being done by the software developers. There is a chances to get the lag in the result accuracy also. Yeah. So here I am ending with my topic, and these are the few references which I have used for taking the images of MRI images, CT images, videos, all these things, and few concepts. Here, any queries you can. Any queries?
Thank you, ma'am, for your detailed speech on biomedical imaging. Now, after this very good speech, I request participants, if you have any doubt or question, please ask.
Hello, good evening, madam. Thank you for the informative session. Session was excellent, madam. Like, we could not understand initially that why we have so many scans and this one. Today I got the clear idea, like how it is useful for our health. But I want to know, madam, like, which is the best algorithm to classify the images?
Ma'am, actually there are so many researches still going on. We can't say that, and there are so many hybrid algorithms coming and new upcoming algorithms are there. These are the whatever the algorithms what I have given. It's a basic algorithms. There are so many research scholars who are still working on giving the better results by giving the hybrid algorithms, new algorithms. It is happening, ma'am. So we can't say that only this is the best algorithm and can conclude it. Sorry.
Okay, madam. Okay, no matter.
Whatever the algorithms I have given, I feel like random forest and SPM giving the better classifications.
And another thing, filters
Is there anybody else with any more questions, please?
What, ma'am?
Hello?
Yeah.
Filters are used in the particular you said, na? Like, what are the function of that filter? I could not make out.
It's nothing but, ma'am, the blurriness in your images, right? So obviously when we take the picture itself, there is a chances to get the blurriness in the background or in your face or something. So removing it and improving the image, it's nothing but Beauty Plus, ma'am. That there is the app, right? What do? We remove the thing and we enhance the image and make it like very much quality in the images. The same way the filtering works.
Okay, got it, madam. Thank you, madam. Thank you so much, madam.
Madam, in cardiology, what is the difference between 2D and 3D ECG?
2D ECG and 3D ECG. It might be like, sorry sir, I'm not aware of it. Sorry.
Thank you,
I
madam.
didn't answer yours. Actually, I'm very well versed with the things that is more medical related things. Sorry.
Okay. Thank you.
Excuse me, ma'am. Myself, Dr. Swana Shukla.
Yeah, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, how much human intelligence and how much the computerized images, they are playing role? Because many of the times it happens that when we are taking some reports from one agency and it doesn't match with the other agency.
I'm not getting, sir. Please, can you repeat it?
Yeah, ma'am, I'm talking about when we are talking about images on one side, the human intelligence is also very important for this. So how much human intelligence is required and how much real the images, because many of the times there may be spurious results sometimes comes. And
Yes,
then we always go for second opinion from other agency and we are getting deviation.
Yes, sir. It's nothing but actually, as I said already, in the need for biomedical image processing, with the help of doctor's intelligence only, we can finalize whether the person is diagnosed with the disease or not. Actually, it is not in the 100% accuracy. So it helps the doctors to diagnose in a early stage. See, for example, if the person is going like with the symptoms, slight symptoms, in the beginning, if the doctor can't able to find, he can take the help of the medical imaging and he can identify diagnose the disease in a quick manner. Only that way it is going to be helpful.
Okay, so it is not a final, it is a probable diagnosis and the doctor has to stamp it out what is the exact diagnosis. Right.
Only for
And another question always arises in my mind that when we are doing this imaging, we are getting two-dimensional figures.
Yeah.
But how we get, when we are doing 2D echo or we are going for some other MRI, we are getting three-dimensional conditions also we recognized over there. Suppose a glial tumor is there in the brain, so we recognize it three-dimensionally in the reports. But when we are talking about the films, we are getting just two-dimensional image. So how really we interpret, as a image, what we can say, learning process.
So you are telling like how it is being, sir,
Yeah.
while imaging, it will be taking in the 3D ways, X, Y, Z, that values.
Usually when we get a film in our hand,
Volumetric way. It is taking volumetric way.
Yeah, it is always two-dimensional. So,
Sir, it is not always. Only for X-ray we are getting the 2D images. Rest of
Okay.
all the radiology methods, we are getting the 3D waves. It is nothing 3D, three-dimensional. It is going to be taken in the volumetric measures.
correct. And one more question, last question,
Yeah.
that when I'm dealing with many renal calculi patients with me, and many of the times, I just miss the diagnosis with the help of USG. But when we are going for KUB X-ray, then we are getting those things. Why that difference comes over here?
Sir, please can you repeat it, sir? I'm not getting sorry.
Yeah, ma'am. When we are doing USG abdominal, we are failed to get renal calculi, but then we are to do KUB X-ray, and we are getting over there. So why this kind of what we can say difference comes in between?
When the doctor is digesting, it is taking thing with the help of X-ray we could identify. Are you meaning in that way, sir?
In USG there is no recognition of presence of renal calculi, but then because of our doubt we asked them to go for KUB X-ray.
Yes, sir.
And
Because
what
with
is
the
that
help of medical imaging, so I have discussed in the first slide ancient medical treatment, where the people were not having any this medical imaging support or something. It is like blindly they will be giving the trepanation or cateral, like bloodletting was one thing, where the people were having one small fever also, they will be cutting the blooding in the particular nerves and they'll stop this things. It was the thing drawback where they were also the doctors. But now after this biomedical image processing came, they are taking the help with the medical imaging system
And nowadays people are using bioimaging during operative surgical procedures also. Whether it is true?
I'm not getting you, sir. All these questions, no, please repeat it, so sorry.
Yeah, the people who are going for operative procedures, surgery,
Yeah, sir.
at the same time they can they go for this imaging?
Imaging.
For,
What imaging, sir?
for example, if someone is doing the cardiac surgery and they want nowadays the image, people are going for some imaging technique. Is it true?
No, sir.
I think by using the camera, I think he is going to see that by using the camera they can identify the location of the.
No, sir. It's not possible. No. They have to go for the proper medical imaging system. Then only it is possible. Not with the camera or something.
Okay.
But that smartwatches which is using the AI technique, at least it will let you to have, you are having some problem with your heart pulses or something. That kind of help is happening with the AI.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you for your presentation. Wonderful presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your feedback.
He did.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi, ma'am. This is Hemulata. It was very good presentation, ma'am, and very informative. I just want to know, you explained me with the different forms of scanning, like CT scan, ECG, and PET scanning. Is there any radiations that will be effectful for the humans? Like while we take the scannings, there are many radiations that needs to capture the particular part. So is there any effect? Does that any affect humans here?
Yeah, it is that is the challenges. This is the challenges of the biomedical image processing system. Actually, even I have also mentioned it is a drawback of it. But whatever it is, if the person is when the doctor is diagnosing like at least for 70%, he will be having the cancer symptoms only. He will be suggested to go for the cancer for this kind of medical imaging. Yes, that is the side effect of all this imaging systems.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.
Any more question, please?
Ma'am, can you please explain about some filters?
Filters. Noise filtering, it is like excuse me, there are few filtering techniques. Non-linear and deficient filtering techniques which will remove the blurriness in your images, and it will find any blurriness or any bad particles or which blurriness are there. It will be removed from your images using the algorithm non-linear regression or deficient filtering techniques. There are the algorithms which works to remove the noises in your images.
Thank you. Can we develop our own filters?
Yeah, ma'am. This is also developed by the people only, so you can work on it and you can study, and you can hybrid also, combine two algorithms and can give it. Am I correct?
Is there any question?
Madam, very informative session. Please come back with some other new innovative idea also next sessions, madam. Really, we want to hear you once again.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for your feedback. Thank you so much.
Very good, detailed, informative by the honorable keynote speaker, and also the question answer session fruitful because of the questions by the active participants and apt answers by the honorable speaker. Now after this keynote speech and question answer session, I would like to request Chief Organizer and Chairperson of this webinar series, Honorable Principal Dr. M. Ambedkar sir, for his concluding words. Please sir, welcome.
Sir, 1 second before that, I would like to thank Dr. Bedkar sir. The moment I approached you, have given the chance to explore my knowledge on biomedical image processing. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity, sir. And I would like to thank Professor Ravishankar sir, who introduced this platform, and Dr. Nisha ma'am, who encouraged me to be the part of this webinar. Thank you so much, sir and ma'am.
Thank you, Professor Karad sir, who is running this special webinar series. Today's resource person, yes, Chithra madam. I am audible, madam?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Anita Dhole madam, the participant, those who are actively discussed about this topic, few points, Dr. Shivanand Shukla, Hema madam, all these things. Every day we run this webinar series with the various topics, depends upon social, economical, financial, education and scientific also. Today's topic also a best topic, scientific topic, because when we go to the dispensary for diagnosis disease, nowadays this science is very useful to identify and to do the cure the disease. So I myself experienced some images such like this with brain scanning images. So I remember this by using seeing your figure, that all these things, how it is clearly located, how these are useful to have cancer disease or a retina disease, all these things. So thank you madam, it's the best topic with your research you have shared with us. It was new topic, means early useful topic for us, and you helped us to give knowledge to the participants scientifically. Thank you madam. With examples and best PPTs, best video, all these things you have used for this.
Now at the end of this webinar, I am here for the vote of thanks. First of all, I would like to thank today's honorable dignitary and keynote speaker, yes, Chithra ma'am, who has accepted the invitation of our college and delivered very nice lecture, detailed lecture on the topic bioimage processing. Participants here who join, these are from different fields. Then also, because of the simple language and illustrative method, all of us have understood what is bioimage processing and what is its importance in the diagnosis of any disease. Ma'am, you have spared your precious time for all of us to give knowledge about this topic. So on behalf of the organizing committee of webinar series Shri Kumarswami College Ausa, I sincerely thank you ma'am. I also thank Chief Organizer and Chairperson of this webinar series, Honorable Principal Dr. M. Ambedkar sir, who has taken this ambitious project to run webinar series, and because of him, we all could listen different dignitaries related with different fields, and so can have the knowledge and discuss on it, and can try to find out answers to questions and solutions to problems. It has become possible because of his innovative idea of running webinar series. So on behalf of organizing committee, I thank you sir for this. I also thank all the participants for joining webinar regularly, listening patiently, asking questions, raising doubts, adding information, and trying to help to exchange knowledge, enrich knowledge. So thank you participants. I also thank Dr. Anita Dhole ma'am for giving introduction of today's invited speaker and chief guest. Now I request participants, do not forget to fill feedback link which is given in the chat box. We have your certificate. And at the end, with the permission of Chief Organizer and Chairperson of this webinar series, I announce here that today's webinar is over. Thanks to all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam.